It's not actually a straightforward process. Every weekend, I've written down what went wrong that weekend, the decisions I've taken. So there's a lot of learning to do there, and I will make better decisions in future. Whether people need to move into different positions to work better, all these different things need to be looked upon so that we can optimize our teamwork.
They have to be made, those changes.
Yeah,
Can't
Hello,
carry on
hello.
working this way.
definitely.
Something things to get into, but knowing as you do, as go to, they clear the right notes at the same easy, send them to Toto and everybody. Well, no, that's new. There was no notes back in the day, but I think things were also going a lot smoother. Okay. But anyways, he's obviously the greatest of all time. I know I can agree on that. But it's really not a worthy ending to his career here. At the moment, it's really a horrible situation to be in. It causes him certainly also a lot of suffering, and he's just really stuck because retiring now wouldn't you can't retire now. I mean, who are they going to replace him with? And that's a bit of a loss of face also because like taking on this big project and then 12 months in just because it's difficult, just retire. That doesn't work. And keeping on going, I mean, time is also not on his side, and it's not going to get easier. And so that's also really not an option. So it's kind of yeah, it's very difficult.
Changes, what changes, where changes. That's not actually English, but you know
That's
what I mean.
okay. I'll form a question out of that and then just give the answer I want to do. But I've never been in that position before. But when Sebastian Vettel came to Aston Martin, I was worried about it. He's always been so critical of the radio strategy. So you don't know what the team's going to come with. But he watched a few races, he looked at how we done things, and then he started there to feel like he's been
Hey,
missing. He
hey, hey,
doesn't feel
Zach.
like
Can you hear me?
improvements are coming. Then
Type in the chat if you can hear me.
how does he see the future progression? If you don't see change happening, then is it going to get any better?
Alright, that's good.
The regulations are changing.
I'm doing a watch along on the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Not Grand Prix, the qualifying for the race tomorrow. So why not try something different?
For those of you who just watched FP3, he had a massive crash just on his own. That doesn't. I never in my whole time with Lewis saw him spin like that on his own. We can look at it here, just oversteering there, big crash in the dry.
I'll actually text you a snap.
That doesn't. I never saw that. So this is new, and it just shows how he's just that doesn't feel the car, struggling with the car.
And race
Can
engineers.
you still hear me though?
Your girls, everybody that you want on your side, he never took Bono with him, so it doesn't really feel like, I suppose, in a new environment like this, maybe he wanted to do something like that.
Yeah, and I think he would have known what it would have known. It's not quite as Ted said, it's not quite gelled together there yet. They're not quite all aligned, I don't think.
And if they're not gelled, and it's not a tightly running car, the first 6 races, let's say next season, by the time you get to Europe, it will not happen.
That's very hypothetical, but of course, it's only going to get worse in terms of pressure, in terms of suffering there, of public opinion. For now, the whole of Italy is kind of still supportive and patient,
the ultimate high pressure moment.
Oscar Piastri's coming through.
That's a bit of Hollywood there. I know.
10
I mean,
minutes
honestly, it's
left
a great atmosphere here. I mean,
till the
I've
race
never
actually
seen
begins.
as busy as it is this weekend.
It should be
Everyone
exciting.
falls into this. What a championship fight we have on our hands tonight, and hopefully tomorrow. We saw so much of that, didn't we, in the third practice session? You've got to be careful, Nico.
Yeah, I think the traffic and the
Can you hear me still? Hello?
And that's going to be one to watch out for qualifying. Plus, get those tyres in the right window is all essential.
Got to do that. Thanks for the advice, Bernie. How are you feeling at the home? Those grandstands filling up all the time, but this is what they've raced all
Yeah,
their
right.
lives
So,
for. Only one man
The qualifying starts in 5 minutes, and I'll just give my predictions here. I think I am a Ferrari fan. You can probably tell by my hey, Sparks in the chats. How you doing? So yeah, so you any of you new here? I am a Ferrari fan, and obviously I think I'll actually turn on here.
Audi sponsors Formula One on Sky Sports.
You know, I'm a massive Ferrari fan, massive Charles Leclerc fan, and I think my predictions will be McLaren's can't fumble. The only way they can win the championship is if is if Lando finishes podium. So I think it's very likely that he will win. I think he'll get P1, Max P2, and then maybe a George P3 because George is really good at FP3 today. But it could go anywhere, you know. But Max is a 4-time world champion. Lando and Oscar, they might not handle the pressure, and all I hope is for a great race because I think it's been very entertaining this season. We thought the first half was going to be between the two McLarens. Max was 100 points behind after the Dutch Grand Prix, and everything after the summer break. McLaren have folded, Oscar folded, Max came back, and so did Lando. So it can go anywhere at this point. A lot of people are expecting Lando Norris to win, and it could go either way. Here, give your predictions in the chat, Caspers, to who can win. Who's going to get qualifying today? Predictions in the chat, guys. Intro is on. Lando P1, Oscar P3, Max P2. I mean, yeah, it could go either way. But for me, I think I would like Max to win today, and win tomorrow and achieve pole. Because I think the drivers, they're really good. Oscar's really good, but second half of the season he's been just bottling it throughout the whole thing. Obviously, Lando's a very great driver, but Max is the best driver on the grids, and I want him to win because it'll be very entertaining and it'll be very fun. And I'm not saying that because I hate McLaren. Like, of course not. I'll never hate on a driver or a team, but I think Max's personality is what makes him so much more likable than Lando. Are you back home, Caspers? Are you back home? Because I did just come back as well. Not yet. Are you still driving? Well, you're not. Obviously, you can't be driving and texting. I mean, are you still in the car? Yes.
Session that saw George Russell take the fastest time. The lights are illuminating this circuit. The crowd
that's great. I think this race is going to be very exciting. So it's 25 degrees on the track. No, 29 degrees on the track. 75% chance of rain, and it's 6 kilometers for the wind.
You're such an integral part of it. It knows if you're a little bit tense, if you're
I think it'll be very fun.
A little bit too tightly, if you're a little bit jumpy on the brake pedal or the throttle pedal.
Just gonna check if the stream is working. Just gonna check if the stream is working. Yeah, it's all good. So for those who are watching, it's currently showing Lando Norris in the car. So all Norris has to do is get P3. Even if Max is in the podium, even if Max does win the race tomorrow, Norris will still win. Max needs to finish P6 or lower for Piastri to win, and he needs Norris out of P8. So it's very unlikely that Piastri will win the championship, and it's between Lando and Max.
Of this 2025 season, and outside those top three, George Russell, was he in contention for a pole tonight? He certainly looked like he had the pace in practice.
Yeah, and obviously they're pumping some cool air into the cockpit. It gets very hot inside there.
I'll just speed it for a second.
said, that's it. I achieved.
So it's 2 o'clock and qualifying starts in 20 seconds. So we're gonna get underway right now.
We said it again this weekend a couple of times. So
All the cars in the
what's
pits.
coming next. He knows how to handle this better than Lando and Oscar just because he's got experience at it. But you know what? Lando and Oscar, they've been racing drivers the vast majority of their lives. This is what they're prepared for, and they're prepared mentally as well as physically, and of course they've got the talent anyway.
26 years old, Lando Norris, 24 years old, Oscar Piastri, 28 years old, Max Verstappen.
Qualifying begins. So 18 minutes.
Champion, and often it's that 20 line that makes you the champion. That is the hardest one ever to cross. It's like nailing that.
Oh shit! I just stepped on
One of the teams seriously is not.
the controller. Give me a second here.
In English.
There. Just my bad, guys.
Smells frothy. I can smell petrol. I can smell brakes overheating. I can smell rubber, and I can smell fear down here as well in some of the championship challenging garages. Actually, with the sights I can see, is Lewis Hamilton needing to shake down his car on the medium tyre. You can see it there with the yellow sidewalls on it. That's
Lewis is on the mediums.
down after the accident a little bit earlier for him to get a feel. So I expect him to complete this lap, or even maybe come in at the end and get onto his usual routine of the red stripe soft tyre that he has. He'll be going well to get out of Q1, as will Yuki Tsunoda for the reasons we've given you, and the Alpines, and actually the Racing Bulls that haven't been so quick so far in this weekend. But, as you say, will it be the smell of fear for the McLarens? But as for Max Verstappen, he doesn't even know what fear smells like, does he? Comfortable ground there.
The one advantage Lewis has of that crash in pre-practice 3 is he didn't run a set of brand new tyres at the end of the session. So that means he goes out this evening, he's got 5 new sets of soft compound tyres. And in Qatar last weekend, they rather wasted them because he didn't get through Q1. And a lot of brand new tyres sitting back in the garage, which didn't make a lot of sense. But the other front runners have got 4 new sets, for example. So Lewis hopefully can use those soft compound tyres to great effect.
Lewis, the first Ferrari driver since 2009 to have been knocked out in Q1 consecutive races. And he's not going to dive into the pit lane. He's going for a lap here. Out in Q1 here last year, he hit a bollard, didn't he? He collected one in Las Vegas in Q1 too. So he is going for a lap on the Q1 tyres. He crashed at turn 9 in qualifying. He's got an extra set of soft tyres should they need to throw more at him to get him into
So he's very focused on Lewis right now.
Q3 as well.
Trying to time his lap.
On his way, first set to 17.2. On the soft tyres, it was like a 17.0. And for the leading runners in that final practice session, already strong, going at a 10th faster than Hamilton throughout that first sector. He's the car on the back straight alongside Lewis, or just behind Lewis at the moment. Into the chicane we go, turn 6 and 7. It always looks just a little bit clunky, but that was a nice line coming out of there. This Marty was the approach to where Lewis crashed, and he got way over onto the right-hand curve. I dare say he's going to leave a bit more of a margin this time, and he does.
Yeah, and Roxanne coming down, the bottom of the car grounded out as well, which helped send him off the road. This is a super fast car into turn 12. Now it's a lot of 90 left and 90 rights off camber as well, which is very frustrating in a racing car. But turn 50, absolutely flat out, 160 miles an hour back end of the car, scratching along the racetrack. It's a very short run to the line, very easy to go wide through the exit. 24 flat on mediums, not too bad, but you need to be deep into the 123s this evening.
Already Lance Stroll into the 123s with his first run. Franco Colapinto, who is the only driver in the field tonight who hasn't reached Q3 this season, has had a lap time deleted. You see the track limits at turn 1, so he's got to try again. It's Nico Hulkenberg proving what Martin was saying there. You've got to go deep into the 123s here. Goes faster, and his teammate Gabriel Bortoleto follows him over the line in second place. It's 12-11 in the qualifying head-to-heads at Sauber. Bortoleto wins out tonight. They finish off the season at 11-12 each.
So all the drivers are coming out of the pits.
The final corner.
Captain said it was a good lap.
Like a decent lap.
That's good.
Medium compound
We
time.
need that. We at least
So he
need
will be, I think, disappointed if
one of the
he
two
already 6
to qualify for
He'll
P5
be back out on the soft tyres.
because we've been rubbish this
Without
season.
any doubt. This is Franco Colapinto.
Colapinto's fastest lap.
Into turn 1 in the Alpine. And that's how and why he made his move over the white line. We can see it on board. Great camera angle there and a clear slap dunk for the man who's only spent 32 laps out of the 992 he's raced this season in the points. Still to score a point. Look fairly wide. Coming out in the final turn for Lance Stroll.
It did, didn't it? Be surprised if he keeps that one. But we're looking at the blue line on the very far side of what becomes an ever fatter white line, from what I can tell. To try and the track limits issue has gone away to an extent, and indeed, unsurprisingly, Lance Stroll's 1:23.772 deleted.
Here's Max Verstappen then, four-time pole sitter here from 2023, in which he won from pole on his first flying lap, Martin.
This is where he overtook Hamilton, isn't it? 2021 with an audacious move. But it's now all about corner exit speed. You almost want to duck your head there down the straight to go a little bit faster, it feels. But you can't, because you can't move your head really. And then pick up your braking point. And this is chicane 6, 7 feels very slow. You need a trim in the sector. You will not lift the throttle now for quite some time. Just ease it down back. So you don't want to have any natural movement in the car at all. But you need a nice wide entry and carry so much speed into that corner now. Early on the throttle. Absolutely no sign of the car moving around, just swapping through here. And now it's all technical. These are the next two corners where the track falls away from you a little bit, and you just got nowhere near as much grip as you think you should have. Now it comes together, but the last corner nips on the exit. That's what catches people out. And Max there inside the white line that mattered.
Max
23.3
leading it.
again. I think he'll have hoped that was a touch faster.
A couple of hundredths of a second off the fastest time in Q1 last year, which was Charles Leclerc for Ferrari. Max's teammate, Yuki Tsunoda, fourth fastest, was third fastest before his teammate for next year, Isaac Hadjar, went into the top 3, Stefano Hülkenberg, with the second fastest time. And Charles Leclerc, also trying the medium tyre with Ferrari, goes 6th fastest. I think Ferrari think they can get a couple of laps out of those medium tyres, but Lewis Hamilton has continued on. And just
So the top mids at the moment are Verstappen, Hülkenberg, Hadjar, Sainz, Tsunoda, Martellado, Alex Albon, Charles, and Lewis for the first minutes that started.
Alonso goes second fastest. And for Aston Martin, here comes Lando Norris round the final corner.
Lando Norris
and
lap.
tipped off third fastest. We're looking for the top 15 to make their way through into Q2. 10 minutes to go. Liam Lawson pops his racing balls up into the top 4. And I'm expecting his lap time to improve significantly as this session goes on. Piastri 100th off the pace through the first 2 sectors. Here comes Ollie Behrman.
Behrman, fastest lap.
3-2 for Ollie Behrman.
Haas are not best known this week.
Leading 14-9 in the intra-team battle with Esteban.
They were great in
We've had
the
a Formula 2 race since they
FP3.
were last out. They'll have to recondition the track. You know what? This looks even closer than we thought it could be.
There is not much between them, less than 2/10 separating the top 5. There's Oscar Piastri, who goes second fastest to Ollie Behrman by 1/1000th of a second. So less than 2/10 separating the top 6 now, as Kimi Antonelli, only 8th fastest in his Mercedes, and out in Q1 in Vegas, eventually free serving the Grand Prix course. Now here's George Russell, his teammate, and he goes fastest.
George Russell was having a blast
between the top 3.
here.
Wow. And Behrman then has looked quick all the way through, hasn't he? Even on the radio saying, my car feels amazing.
Behrman is
Which
amazing.
paraphrasing anyway what he said, which is not really hear that from a racing driver. This is not how we're sort of hardwired, but Gasly loses his lap time, sadly for him. And, well, this is oh so close.
And it's oh so close for Lewis Hamilton going fifth
P5
fastest
Lewis.
and putting himself into
Good.
those 123s. You want to be towards the sharp end of that as well. Crosses the line, mid 123s. That might not be enough. We've got a clock on Colin Pinto, who doesn't lift himself out of the bottom five. So both Alpines now in the bottom five with Gasly having that lap time deleted. Charles Leclerc's experiment on the medium tyre. I'm a bit surprised they sent him out after seeing Lewis Hamilton's lap time, Martin, because it's left him down in P18. And really, I didn't see the point because the mediums weren't fast enough.
They weren't fast enough, but at least he's had a sighter on the track, and we won't see those again this evening. He's got plenty of time. If they stay calm. Colin Pinto lost his lap time as well.
And that's why he goes to the bottom. That's two for Franco Colapinto that he's had deleted both at turn one.
Yeah.
Bernie Collins on the pit wall for us this evening. Hello, Bernie.
Hello, Crofty. I just wanted to quickly come in with a bit of a compare across some of those drivers that you've been talking about. Lando Norris makes a mistake into turn one. He brakes a little bit too late and then is very, very low speed in turn one compared to the other. So he loses 2/10 in turn one alone. So he can tidy that up. That moves him up the order. Oscar Piastri had a little toe down to turn 6, and that allowed him to gain some speed and gain some time compared to the others through that little section. So all of the big average, look at those little things, but I think for Lando Norris, just turn one. For the others, it's a little bit of traffic here and there.
Thanks, Bernie. If there's any neutrals, they might want to stop the clock now, Martin. Piastri third, Verstappen fourth, Norris seventh. That'd give us quite a few championship permutations for tomorrow, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it ever? Yeah. So we haven't sort of seen any particular dramas, have we, for Lando as such yet? But that is, he's been a quarter of a second out front, hasn't he? Up until now, Lando.
And by the way, Lando would win the title if it had been like that. And that's Gasly with his track limits. Clearly over.
Yeah, and why that's important on the exit is because it means you can take more speed through the middle of the corner. And to all intents and purposes, that's cheating. So that is why. Otherwise, you'd have complete anarchy if you didn't have some rules there like that.
Traffic for Lawson. Right, honestly, does he even look at his mirrors?
Yeah, there was a break.
And some dialogue just to emphasise the point that there was cars in the way there. Liam Lawson ending up 8th fastest after those initial runs. 10th, out for you.
Picking up on the Alpines, I think you're looking at the Colapinto, who's had both his times deleted on 2 new sets of tyres.
Yeah.
So I'm fully expecting him to roll out of the garage right next to me on another set of new soft tyres, which will be approaching his last. As the South
5 minutes left, and Leclerc is
so,
so
yeah, I mean, the Alpines have
not
known
looking
that
good.
their car isn't really very quick around here, but it doesn't help when you get both the lap times deleted Gasly with just the one. And just to pick up on Esteban Ocon as well, he'll be doing particularly well out if he gets out of his Q1 session. He's been at a loss to explain his lack of
5 minutes left into Q1.
Doesn't know where it's gone,
Currently,
especially in relation to his teammate.
The top 5 are
Really
Lewis,
suffering in the other half.
Max, Oscar, Barman, and Russell at P1.
His maiden F1 podium, which of course he got the Sakir Grand Prix back in 2020 as well. 180th Grand Prix start as well. And a man who missed Abu Dhabi last year had this race on because he wanted to do the young driver test, the end of season test with Alpine.
Yeah, so everyone's in the pits. Everyone's coming out now. With 4 minutes left here.
Thank you very much, Kimmy. I'll just push it there. Liam Lawson just has to wait a bit behind Yuki Tsunoda. And the cut-off time, the 1:23.3 is a projected cut-off time to make it through into Q2. And if that is absolutely right, only Russell, Behrman and Piastri are safe at the moment. And of those 3, 2 of them have already come out onto the track.
Yeah, it does say plus or minus 0.2 of a second, doesn't it, for a variance there? But in any event, there's some drivers need to deliver a better lap time. Charles Leclerc, absolutely one of them. For Ferrari, and I think including also the likes of Kimi Antonelli from Mercedes and Lando Norris from McLaren. And I wasn't expecting to say that, given how he's been going so far this weekend.
Very true. Charles Leclerc, by the way, in the bottom 5 currently has a fairly decent run and a very good run, really. The longest streak on the grid without a Q1 elimination. We go all the way back to Spain 2023, 62 Grand Prix ago, for the last time that Charles Leclerc got knocked out in Q1. And he's got some work to make up, but he hasn't been out on the soft compound tyre as yet. Gasly Colapinto said saying some drivers with a bit of time to make up, well, get the time on the board in the case of Franco Colapinto. 2 laps, 2 track limits, violations, and he really has got to make this one count.
This is bad news for Lando Norris, the championship leader. This means he's used another, it's the second set of new tyres.
I see.
Oscar Piastri too.
Oh, really? So McLaren keeping it absolutely equal. I was going to say, is Piastri out there on a set of used, but would this set of used soft tyres yield the return that you want? Into turn 5 we go. With Lando Norris, and we've got a camera on board with Piastri too.
Yeah, Lando normally likes to take that curve on the inside of turn 5.
So Oscar's still P3.
Because he eases to the middle. And then you're
Norris is still
on the
P7.
outside of the track there. So important not to, you've got to get off the brakes before you turn the wheel. Get into the corner over this little clumsy little off-camber right-hander and minimise the meters. Maybe try and steal a bit of slipstream now. The car's going too slowly. Tsunoda, tip it in. Let me guess. Wow, straight on the throttle, upshifting before the apex even, and a couple of flat-out right-hand kinks before this smacks you right in the face at turn 12. That was nice. That was really nice.
Onwards he goes then. A much better start to the lap this time round for Lando Norris. Made the slight mistake on the previous lap at turn 1, not on this occasion. Around the final corner he goes and improves to go fast.
Oscar Lando's
for Lando Norris.
the first
The
second
time is right. The plus or minus 2.
for qualifying
Still
one.
might end him up round about P8 again as Piastri now crosses the line. He goes fast.
Piastri is P1.
For Oscar Piastri.
Wow.
First time this weekend. And he has put a big distance in terms of a lap time on his teammate.
That's amazing from Oscar.
Oscar Piastri goes fastest. Albon only 7th fastest as he crosses the line.
That's a massive lap from Piastri.
Wow.
What a statement that is, because we were on board, we were lit with Lando all the way around. Looked like a lovely lap. Turn 5, bit too missing the apex, but wow. And again, then we've got Williams is fast now. Look at that. Straight
Carlos
in there.
Sainz is the
And we've
P3.
got Antonelli also about to cross the line and go better as well. He goes second.
Antonelli P2.
Wrapping up a treat.
I did say that Lando Norris time could see him start to tumble down a bit.
Max doesn't win.
Online shopping. Could this be the best delivery?
Well, I mean, Max is P7.
As across the line goes George Russell, only P5 for George.
Well, I mean, right now it's Oscar P1 and Verstappen's P2. So, yeah. Oh my God, Charles is gonna get knocked out here. No, he's not. P4 for him in the first Q1. Just Tsunoda, can he escape the elimination show? And he does. It looks like Stroll, Bortolado, Ocon, Gasly, and Colapinto will go out in Q1. Lawson into P9.
And now just a couple of corners to go for a man who's been in Q3 on 10 occasions in 2025 for a team that are last in the championship.
Gasly makes it out
The right side
of
elimination
the elimination zone.
Only just the right side. Stroll next to
Yeah, Alonso's P4.
This man has had more Q1 knockouts than any other driver this season. He could be safe for that.
Hamilton is on another lap, but he's down to 13th already. And once again,
Alonso 4.
Alonso makes it the second Aston Martin in what is now the top in there.
Wow.
Racing, of course, the new team principal, Mr. Abe Newey, has taken a new title at the Silverstone.
So it's Oscar Piastri P1,
In 13 of the 14
Max P2, Antonelli P3, and Alonso P4.
Gabriel Bortoleto, Nico Hulkenberg all need to improve. Gasly is out of qualifying. Ocon goes through, pushes Alex Albon out of qualifying. Next across the line will be Lewis Hamilton, and only just
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it is intense, Casper's.
second in
Hamilton just barely managed to skid past. No! No! Lewis!
12 apiece in the Sauber head-to-head in what is Sauber's last race in Formula One. And as I said, the big news, once again, for the third race.
Fuck's sake! Lewis is out. What happened? I think Ocon, I think it was, he out-qualifies Lewis. So Lewis Hamilton is out of qualifying. Yes, what a shame.
Oh dear.
What an absolute shame.
Where do you go? Away from Formula One for a few weeks and just reinvigorate yourself and regather yourself and come back next year in a different place. And that I think is the hope for Lewis Hamilton, who is out in the first part of qualifying. And
Lewis, Albon, Nico, Gasly, Colin Pitt, alright.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, every time, mate. I'm so sorry. What was the reason? Well, we'll be talking to Lewis in a few moments' time. Nico Hülkenberg out in what will be his 250th Grand Prix start tomorrow. And the two Alpines, once again, slowest of the 20 drivers. Gasly.
I mean, it's a shame, isn't it? Yeah.
Audi sponsors Formula One on Sky Sports.
So, probably have to wait 10 minutes there. I will turn down my volume.
It's time.
It is a disgrace. It is. Yeah. I'm actually gonna share my screen. The Chrome tab right here. Can you see? Actually, you know what? I won't do that. So yeah, Q1 is over, and Oscar Piastri has the fastest lap. Max is the set P2. Yeah, it's not looking good for Ferrari. I am going to be away for 5 minutes to get something, and then I'll be back. Q2 begins. Max is P1 right now.
Very much so. Hey, let's head up to you. Well, like Lando Norris spoiled his evening. That's just sneak that through, doesn't he? Into Q3 and then somewhere near the top three. Tomorrow, talking about the McLaren, the mega lap results from Oscar Piastri. Bernie Collins has been
Piastri's been looking good.
looking at the data, and it looks like what we saw in the pit.
Actually, that's it. Roll back up now.
Seems to be supported on the telemetry data from the GPS. He's quicker, Piastri's quicker than Norris on all the straights, and then is managing to keep it together brilliantly in the corners to get that lap together. So Max Verstappen started it by going down on rear downforce this morning, and then it looked like McLaren's had followed. But Lando with a smidge more rear wing.
Lando P10. What's happening?
Kimi Antonelli, the back of this Red Bull, absolutely on the ground at speed. It's amazing how they keep the flank.
No, this is for tomorrow. This is for qualifying.
Kilos of fuel in it. You can hear it.
I'm live right now.
On
YouTube.
Along the ground as the aerodynamics compress the car, suspension compress the tyre sidewalls, and the car runs along the ground next weekend.
Norris is P13. What?
Super graphic as well. Oscar Piastri picking up over 2/10 in slow corners to Lando Norris as well. I want to take a bit off the rear wing. Through those slow corners.
It looks like a tense driving for Lando, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To be half second adrift.
Something Nico Rosberg was talking about. Verstappen crosses the line into the 122.
Norris will go to the pits.
Only used tyre.
We'll take them off.
1 o'clock. Yeah.
What do you do with it?
I don't know. I think I missed that part where Norris.
Cast room on my
is
side.
P15. Huh?
Any
Easy to imagine Lando Norris.
So Max is still leading the last lap. I mean, first lap.
Earlier on, or maybe just a couple of scrappy laps. Let's see what he's got when he hooks a lap up.
So this man took a lap up or several towards the end.
You see, my instructor tell me,
Yeah.
today in the
some news time.
Pwede naman, marunong po right in para panit ba basket.
Mercedes then
Yeah.
is fast in the hands of both their drivers.
And here's
Yeah, I'm back now.
with a third fastest for him, ahead then of Charles Leclerc, only P6 for Charles Leclerc. Just under 4 tenths down, just over 4 tenths down, Lance Stroll. And his teammate Fernando Alonso goes third fastest. This is an impressive showing here from both Aston Martin drivers.
Aston Martin performing here, Kasparis.
So
It's
what
looking
we've
good.
got then from Norris and Piastri time-wise.
Portolato up to P4.
And at the moment, Piastri is 3/10. Norris is 3/10 up on this lap. The used tyres, of course.
The Sauber of Portoletto goes P4. And there's a big difference here between used and new tyres. Piastri goes third fastest. Final sector was very good for him. The final sector has been very good for Lando Norris in the practice sessions so far this weekend. We've got a camera on board with Max Verstappen. We're watching Norris go over the line to go second.
Norris P2.
Just 700ths of a second behind George Russell once again, and ahead of his teammate Oscar Piastri as we ride on board with Max Verstappen. Now he should pick up a little slipstream here down that back straight.
Max does pick that up.
Behind Fernando Alonso of all people.
It's a lovely slipstream, and then Fernando gets out of his way conveniently.
Yeah.
So top four at the moment, all on used tyres. If they can get through this on used, they can be extremely happy because they're given 2 new sets for Q3.
Into the right-hander and down the hotel section.
I'm gonna make a poll here,
All around, trying to get the
and you
best
can
view
vote.
of the Red Bull as it flies past. 2 more
So-
corners to go on this lap. It's looking at a pretty handy lap here for the 4-time world champion who crosses the line at 22/100ths of a second behind George Russell.
You can vote here.
Here, and the top 3 separated by less than a 10. With Oscar Piastri just under 3/10 down. On
So I've started a poll there.
I dare say they're all gonna
How's Russell P1?
a new set of
He's got an amazing car,
tyres, to go
and he's a
final
good driver as well.
in this Q2
It's not too bad.
Assuming, of course, that
I mean,
1.30,
George did perform well
because that's Piastri's
in
time.
free practice 3.
Around that final corner, only P10 for Charles Leclerc. How wide did he go? Certainly sliding, but well within the line. The Ferrari driver started P10 for the last Grand Prix in Qatar, started P9 on the grid.
Yeah, actually checking the app again, it was new tyres for George Russell, actually, and according to what I'm looking at, yeah. But anyway, he's fast, but they're not just looking at each other, the 3 championship contenders, they're looking over their shoulders as well, aren't they?
They certainly are. Oscar Piastri, they've just been called to the weighbridge, which is a
I'm gonna
random
go away for a minute here.
weighbridge.
I am back. I'm back.
Hey ho, I went home.
Oh yeah, how was your match by the way, Kaspers?
Pretty unfair, that one, but I'm glad to say Oscar
Did you win?
That was back of the garage now. There seems to be anyone getting run over while they were holding a flag.
Did you win your match today?
But he's going to have to find some speed, as is.
How much by?
You
kept a clean sheet.
The cut-off time being 1:23.2. That's obviously what it is at the moment.
Ferrari fans.
So I put it down a bit further, a couple of tenths further than that, sharper than that. Maybe
And Sonoda's in the pits as well. Hajar, everyone's in the pits.
But with Portoletto and
Something to
Alonso
one. Nice.
as Piastri in the McLaren, that is impressive. So in terms of track evolution and those laps from Alonso and Portoletto. Right, we've got the usual. Everybody waits, and then everybody takes the pit lane at the same time. Just about manages not to crash into each other. Thankfully, and will lining up to try and build themselves a gap.
Thank you very much, Ted.
It's going to be tense. 15 cars still in it. And because we know what they do, they all tend to
Good
hang
game.
around at the end of the lap.
Nice.
Well, don't they, to build the gap.
Was that so? He's doing like in the quarterfinals.
Every corner, every meter matters now for the championship contenders. And they're very nervously looking at the likes of Alonso and Co and the two Mercedes as to whether they can get in. I mean, the trouble is, if you don't qualify in the first row or two, at least row two, I mean, you're in the danger zone on that first lap.
We're in the 16.
Third or fourth
Nice.
row, you're so much in the danger zone through turn one. And
Leclerc has to get out of the danger zone quick.
As I said, the start mark.
Got another
Races,
DNF,
10 pole
not DNF.
positions, 10 wins from pole.
Car eliminated in qualifying.
Here
And he hasn't
in
been. He hasn't
Marina equals
won
Barcelona.
out since
2001,
2003.
2010 for the most consecutive races won for the
There's
pole.
Bottas on the screen. Valtteri Bottas.
The front row drivers have finished 1-2 in that time in 7 of the last 10 Grand Prix here. And the 1, 2, 3 on the grid have finished in that order in 4 of the last 9 Grand Prix here as well.
Yeah, grid's important. It's odd when you think about it, isn't it? When you look at how long the straights are here and 16 corners, that's the way it pans out.
So Max is still in the pits.
So if you're just joining us, 5 drivers out, Colapinto and Gasly, Hulkenberg, Albon and Lewis Hamilton, who starts P16 for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, finished 4th from 16th on the grid here last year. Ends his season with his longest career run of Q1 eliminations. His teammate Charles Leclerc pushing hard, but look how Ferrari did not want to respond at turn 1.
No, he had to get on the throttle to bring the car in, and it just stepped down and went smoking.
Is she here
as he went down the hill there.
already?
And Leclerc then has got a personal.
So Yusuf said yes, that Max will win. Only one vote there for Casper's. I don't think it'll happen. I want it to happen, but I don't think it will. Because there's no reason for Alonso to bottle it. And there's no reason for McLaren to fuck up this tragedy. Antonelli, the elimination zone here. So no to P6. So it's George, Max, Norris, Leclerc, and Oscar. P5 here. 30 seconds away. Antonelli crosses the line. George Russell is flying here. As the cards are at P6, and Lawson looks like we'll be out. Oscar's still in it. No, Max is still in the pits here. I mean, it's not over for him yet. Max is still in the pits.
Norris could abandon that lap and save
Still the Wolf.
those tires.
He's not looking happy.
In Q3, and that's exactly what he's done.
So Yuki Tsunoda makes it through. There are 2 Red Bulls in the top 10.
That's tonight's radio.
I don't understand. No rear again.
Just wasn't there for Kimi Antonelli.
No, it wasn't.
George Russell is fastest teammate is down in P14. Last stop didn't get the lap in terms of lap time that was good enough for Q2, and he will start in the first. In that session, let's just have a little look here at Charles Leclerc, and we saw it off board.
Oh,
Just that, it looked more spectacular.
he really went at the white line, did he, Charles? No, he did. That was a horrible understeer from Charles, but at least he's made it. There's Yuki here. It's not. It is that same corner. No.
At the rear of his car, no complaints from George Russell. He's through as the fastest. Verstappen, Norris, the top three. Piastri, 8th, but he abandoned his final run. And we lost.
So that's Q2 over. Q2 is done. That's the top three. Norris, no, George, Max, Norris. I will be back for Q3. Casper's, do you think it will end like this? Casper's, because right now it's Norris P3, Max P2, and George P1. So possibly it could end like that, and that'll be the race for tomorrow, which is exciting because I think George is used to Abu Dhabi now. Okay. I'm back, guys. Caspers, if you're watching, look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is what I needed.
Bueno, no, que ahora como minuto gira.
1 hour.
Yeah, he's going to do a very good job there. So it's we have Max, Yuki, and
Hey, no.
in my opinion.
I'll be back when I finish this. Back.
Yeah, a little bit of real steam coming out of
Verstappen is currently leading.
We're not going to get a super slipstream in this mate, but he had to get out of the way, give Max clear line of sight.
One more?
For the,
One more?
super fast
Huh?
9. As fast as 10 and 11. And we're in there underneath the hotel. And the lights, the track is so bright for them, that is not a problem here at night. And one corner to go, and you sort of tip it in from the top of the hill, and Max then using all of the track. And what can he do? A 22.2. That's quick. That's very quick.
That's half a second faster than his best time in Q2. It's a second faster than Gabriel Bortoletto, who's just crossed the line, and he's gone significantly faster than both Norris and Piastri. Tyres that have done half a lap at least. Compared to Max on the new tyres for this first run in Q3. Isaac Hadjar moves ahead of Esteban Ocon, the four that have completed the lap so far. Lando Norris next to cross the line, goes second fastest, that half a second behind Max Verstappen.
Piastri's
You're not
P9.
expecting him to be level with Verstappen on that performance, given the offset between new and used soft tyres.
Agreed, but is there a half second in a new set of tyres? We'll find out shortly.
Well, we certainly will. And Max Verstappen proven that each and every one of these 16 corners needs to be treated with respect. Last year, when his qualifying ended at the final turn, Piastri puts 3/10 between himself and Verstappen. If you remember, Max nearly crashed exiting the
My F1 is lagging at the moment. Let's try to get this back on.
Verstappen is first. Alright.
This is not. We'll probably have to switch to another channel because this is not working.
It's not have that lovely fluid driving style that we've seen in the free practice. The way Lando's driving, he needs to calm those hands down for his final attempt.
His golf swing, and as you can see him gain down both of the main straights out of turn 5, out of turn 7. That's he also gained through that final sector, 12, 13, 14. Verstappen got that together quite.
Verstappen is still leading the race.
Happen in the majority of the weekend.
There's some technical difficulties here.
12, 13, 14.
I'm trying to fix.
Also gained through that final sector, 12, 13, 14. Verstappen got that together quite well.
Max Verstappen out on track.
You a really good job here, really good job.
And he manages to gain as well.
We'll actually bring some pictures to that as well, because this is on track.
That is Max, which is why.
It's not looking good here.
If you get it absolutely right, 3/10 of a second over the scrub tyres. But McLaren's, they're worth, if you get it absolutely right, 3/10 of a second over the scrub tyres.
I probably will have to end it here because the channel isn't working right now. It's kind of bugged. I will go. I will be back tomorrow. 12:40.